What's going on, guys? This is Joe. I am back once again for an iconic Masters, there it is, booster box opening. I did one of these last week, and it was pretty bad from what I have seen, what I've heard, a comment on the last video, and just discussions with other people. It was a real bad box, like a real bad box. I've gotten to draft this set a couple of times. I have not seen a box that bad. In fact, I've seen some really sweet boxes. So I'm genuinely hoping that I can get some vindication for last week's box. I'll have it linked at the end so that you can see just how bad last week's box was. And hopefully this week's is even a little bit better. Once again, we have the, if you can see it there, focus. You can still kind of see it unfocused, but there's damage to the tokens. I kind of mentioned that last week as well. It just seems to be a thing, which is frustrating and annoying. If you guys are unaware, come on, refocus. There we go. If you guys are unaware of how we do booster boxes, if you missed last week or any booster box that we've done in the past, we go through the commons just so that you can visually see them, but we don't call them out. Then we call out the uncommons, like this one, the rares / mythics, and the foils, and we move on. So, we start with Windfall, Inspiring Call, and Carven Caryatid. And our rare or mythic is an Obstinate Baloth. Okay, not bad at all. And behind it, our foil is a foil rare. Starting off somewhat good, actually, with a Rune-Scarred Demon. I don't know that it's super valuable. I always say I don't know like prices on foils. I know prices on rares and mythics, but I don't know prices offhand on foils. I'm sure it's not high up there. But it's a foil rare to start, which is usually a good sign because hopefully it means we'll get another one coming up later. Plus, the last box kind of made us wait for a long time and then kind of just didn't give us much to work with. So, here's a foil Rune-Scarred Demon. The foiling pattern looks fantastic. The background looks really cool, kind of framing the demon himself. So, behind the Rune-Scarred Demon, we have a Jin Monk token. I'm going to try to organize these, because last time we had a lot of duplicate rares that were bad, and if we get that again, I want to at least show it off and call it out, so I want you guys to be able to see what those are. So I'll make sure that I organize these things appropriately so that if that comes up, we can do that. Doorkeeper's adorable. We have... Whoops, I just passed Coordinated Assault. Sorry, everyone. Coordinated Assault is the first uncommon. Sanguine Blood is the second. And a good old Rakdos Carnarium is the third. And our rare or mythic in this pack is an Oblivion Stone. That's not terrible. It's you know, it's one of the like top 25 maybe most valuable cards in the set. So that's cool. Oblivion Stone. Behind that, our foil is a Dragonloft Idol. Talk about good foiling patterns. Usually the most prominent thing featured on the card, similar to the Rune-Scarred Demon, is not in foil, and the things in the background are. But with this idol being gold or gilded or whatever you want to call it, it is in foil, and it looks really nice. Obviously, there's this whole like dark section over here that, if it is in foil, it's not very noticeable. But the idol itself being in foil and the background looks really cool. So there you go. Dragonloft Idol. Behind that, another Jin Monk token. We're going to move on to some Hydra packs. We had a little bit of clumping of pack arts last time. It looks like this time it's somewhat more dispersed, but still not perfect. But we shall see what our distribution of packs is. I mean, obviously, somewhat I can pick what stack I'm going with, but I usually go with, you know, keeping it relatively even. We have a Skywise Teachings, a Hunting Pack, and a Condescend, excuse me. And our rare or mythic is a Thoughtseize. Yeah, we're doing better so far. I like Thoughtseize. This art is so cool. It just looks really nice. I like it a lot. Plus, it's a Thoughtseize, which is a nice card to open. Behind Thoughtseize, our foil is a Mind Stone. And we didn't really talk about it a lot last time. First of all, sweet foiling pattern. Again, the Mind Stone is the part that is most prominently featured, but the top of it is actually in foil, which is sweet. We didn't talk about it a lot last time, but a lot of these foils, if you guys have not seen, if you haven't had a chance to open this yet or play it yet or see it, a lot of these foils, the text for the name of the card, at least, is like double printed or like smudged slightly. You can kind of see it mostly with the M on Mind Stone, but it's happened with a lot of them. I'm gonna wait for this to refocus. It's happened with a lot of them, and it, in some cases, can make the cards more valuable, but it's also just interesting and unique that it's kind of rampant with these cards. Behind the Mind Stone, we have an Angel token as well. But yeah, so it can be kind of rampant with what cards are misprinted, if you want to call it a misprint. I'm not a card-carrying member of the misprint community. I know there are some people who know exactly what to call certain things and stuff like that, and that's awesome. I'm definitely not that guy, but I do enjoy seeing the kind of differences, and some of the arts can be messed up and stuff like that. So we start with the Dragon Tempest in this pack, a Selesnya Sanctuary, and a Swords to Plowshares. And our rare or mythic is a Sphinx of Uthun, or Uthun. It's a Sphinx. It's not the one that you want to open value-wise, but look at that beautiful art. I love that so much. Our foil behind the Sphinx is a foil Wall of Roots. You guys can't see it, but I assure you the text for Wall of Roots, maybe you can, is once again like double printed or whatever you want to call it. I say double printed. That may not be the correct term, just be aware. But the foiling pattern looks okay. Again, prominent feature, not really in foil, just the background, but the background looks kind of cool. Behind Wall of Roots, another Angel token. Again, more Hydras, or Hero's Banes, if you will. Okay. And we have the commons, which we can go through pretty quickly. I hope you guys have had a chance to draft this set. That's what these Masters sets are for. They're not for opening, even though I'm doing it here, but I'm doing it so you guys don't have to. Sanguine Bond, Illusory Ambusher, gorgeous, and a Rift Bolt. And our rare or mythic is a Charmbreaker Devils. This thing can do some work in the spells deck, the blue-red usually spells deck. Behind the Charmbreaker Devils, we have another foil rare. This is what I'm talking about, guys. What did I say? In Genesis Hydra. Again, I don't know if it's valuable, but it is a second foil rare out of this box. I feel a little bit more vindicated so far. We've still got a lot more box to go. We haven't had any mythics yet, but here is a Genesis Hydra in foil. Foiling pattern looks pretty sweet to me. I don't know about you. Behind the Genesis Hydra is a dragon token. So yeah, pretty sweet so far. We move on to a Fire Meat Angel. All right. Let's see. Box is working out well so far. Again, we will see once we get the mythics, whether they're good, bad, both. Last time it was not too much of a mix. Golgari Rot Farm to start in this pack. Pristine Talisman, and an Electrolyze. And our rare or mythic here is a Hypersonic Dragon. It's a Hypersonic Dragon. It's for the blue-red spells deck. It looks cool, and it's a rare. Behind the Hypersonic Dragon, we have a Disenchant. Once again, double printing, but it's a Disenchant. It's old school Disenchant art. I have a bunch of these older Disenchants that look really cool. I think it looks nice. I like it a lot. And the foiling pattern looks really cool. The only thing not in foil is that hand, and I'm totally okay with it. I like that the artifact, presumably that's what that is being destroyed, is also in foil. Looks really nice. And behind Disenchant, a Beast token. Move on to an Elish Norn pack. I would not be upset opening Elish Norn. That would be cool. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right. So, going through the comments here, yeah, I mean, we have had 2 foil rares so far, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but we haven't seen any mythics yet. I would like to see some. Please, thank you. All right, so we have a Coordinated Assault, we have a Doom Blade, and we have a Trepanation Blade. Blades all over the place. And our rare or mythic is a Kaiga the Tide Star. So if you watched our last box opening, Kamigawa Dragons like us a lot. This is not one of the ones that we saw, but still, Kamigawa Dragons like us a lot. So here is a Kaiga. That's fine. I don't mind getting one. And we'll leave it on the side because our foil is a foil common in Sustainer of the Realm. Look at that. The sword is in foil, the armor, the headpiece. That's really cool. And the background, of course. Really, really nice. Very nice. And I actually like the fact that the wall on the bottom really isn't in foil because it really accentuates the line of the wall, kind of showing that the top half is in foil and the sword kind of comes over a little bit in foil as well, or the spear. That's awesome. Behind Sustainer, another dragon token. Moving on to Hero's Bane again, we've got a couple more Hero's Banes here this time. So maybe the Hydras are the only things that are clumped up in this box. We're not getting a lot of the same pack art that's not a Hero's Bane over and over again. And, to be honest, some people might just not care at all. But I know for drafting, some people do. That's kind of how they determine what order to open their draft packs in. We have a Kolagon Monument to start, Angelic Accord, and a Noxious Dragon. And our rare or mythic is a Crucible of Fire. So we had the Noxious Dragon, now we have the Crucible of Fire, following the Kaiga. Things that care about dragons, or reference dragons, or are dragons. Behind the Crucible of Fire, our foil is a... what did I just say? What did I just say? A foil Dragon Lord's Servant. It's an okay foiling pattern. The background I don't think is varied enough. It looks okay. I don't think the background's varied enough to have a lot of color changes, although a lot of this like magma or whatever it is that's down here on the bottom shines as well. It's just really small. So, and behind the Dragon Lord's Servant is a bird token. All right. So I lied about the Hero's Banes. We're going to go to Elish Norn. We got 2 Hero's Banes after that, but anyway. Let's see. Still no mythics. Hey, look, a Dragon Lord Servant. I've noticed no mythics. It's something I'm keeping an eye out for because we are owed something, I feel like, in this box. We have a Jungle Barrier to start, Hunting Pack, and a Tavern Swindler. And our rare or mythic is a Knight of the Reliquary. Not bad. No complaints on that. That's a sweet card. That's somewhat sought after as well. Behind the Knight, we have a Dirkwood Baloth in foil. This thing I've seen a million times. Green is pretty good in this format, and Suspend is really nice in general, whether it be in this format or what have you. And so I've faced many a Dirkwood Baloth. It's a 5/5 that you can suspend it on turn 1 and then just sit and wait for it. So that's pretty cool. And the foiling pattern's not bad in the background. Again, he or she, I guess, is not super prominently featured, but it's still a pretty nice background foiling. And a Spirit token. Like I said, now we move on to Hero's Bane. That Dirkwood Baloth was also double printed. Again, I don't know exactly if you guys can see it on camera, if the camera picks it up, but a lot, I mean, obviously because we've talked about it a lot of these foils are double printed, which can either be a good thing or a bad thing, because some people like oddities like that, and they collect that. Otherwise, you might find it annoying. Who knows? We have an Azorius Chancery. Beautiful art on this card. I love it. Ether Eyes, and a Dragonloft Idol. And our rare or mythic is a Bogarden Hellkite. Okay, it's a rare. We got the other Hellkite, if you will, as one of our mythics in the last box. And behind the Bogarden Hellkite, we have a Furnace Whelp. So more dragons. Lots of dragons in this box. And not a bad foiling pattern. The fire coming out of its mouth, its wings. It's like kind of subtle, but it looks really cool. I like that. Behind that, we have a Beast token. Another Hero's Bane. Wow. Okay, maybe it's not just the Hero's Bane, because next, coming up, we have 3 Fireman Angels. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, people, when they're drafting at least, will sometimes determine the order that they open their packs in based on the art on the pack, since you really have no other way of determining that. So, unless you're told, of course. We have a Kolagon Monument, an Undercity Troll, and an Enlarge with that cat. And our rare or mythic is a Path of Bravery. Sweet art. That's about it. I mean, it's got a dragon on it. And behind the Path of Bravery, our foil is a foil uncommon in Gruul Turf. I don't know that I've gotten any of these bounce lands at uncommon in foil yet. So that's kind of cool. And behind the Gruul Turf, a Spirit token. Like I said, onto some Firemane Angels. When I referenced earlier that somebody might tell you, I more refer to, you know, pros playing and they just are given, here's pack 1, here's pack 2, here's pack 3. Whoops. But in like casual drafts at your local game stores and stuff, you just get 3 packs. So you get to order them however you'd like. We have a Great Teacher's Decree, Haunting Hymn, and Indulgent Tormentor. And our rare or mythic, maybe a mythic finally, is... Nope, a Supreme Verdict. Still not bad, but still not a mythic. Very interesting. And behind Supreme Verdict, a Draconic Roar. Double printed text on Draconic Roar. This looks nice over here, but that's kind of about it. I mean, some of the little accents here and there on their like tusks or whatever, or the antlers or whatever you want to call them. But that's kind of about it for this card. Interesting foiling pattern. And a Jin Monk. All right, we move on to more Firemane Angels, because why not? It looks like we've gotten to the orderly part of the box, because now, as I take away these Firemane Angels, all I'm doing is revealing Elesh Norns. Elesh Norns over and over again. So, for uncommons, we have another Azorius Chancery, a Roshin Meanderer, and a Stagger Shock. And our rare or mythic is a River of Tears. Okay, it's a land that can produce 2 different kinds of mana, but it's still not a mythic, which is very curious to me. Behind River of Tears, we have a foil common in Festering Newt. We're getting, that's an okay foiling pattern. Just okay. The back of the Newt is there, which is cool, but the background and the kind of log or whatever that it's walking on are really dark, so it's kind of hard to see. And a Beast token. So yeah, we are getting further and further into this box without a mythic. I will say that by this time in the last box, I feel like we had at least 1 mythic, but I also feel like we had some duplicate rares, which is why I've been laying the rares to the side, because I got unlucky enough in the last box to get a bunch of duplicates and hadn't really laid them to the side, so I wanted to make sure that we could see them if they came up, but they haven't really so far, which is nice. We have a Windfall, a Mahamodi Jin, and a Sultai Flayer, and our rare or mythic is a Blood Baron of Viscopa. I don't know that this guy's anything, really. I mean, he's cool looking. The art is very colorful, and I enjoy that. And I enjoy gold cards, usually. Although, pack 1, pick 1 kind of makes it difficult. You're kind of married to those 2 colors if you want to be able to play your first pick. But still, it's a cool card. Behind the Blood Baron, we have a foil common in Reeve's Soul, which actually looks really nice in foil, if I can catch the light at all, maybe? Oh, okay, I am catching the light. It's very, very subtle. There you go. Very subtle in the background, but it's nice. It frames the main part of the art very nicely. And behind Reeve's Soul, whoops, I can just throw it around, it's a dragon token. Like I said, now we have just all Elesh Norns. So, maybe the mythic pack art will have a mythic inside of it, because seriously, how many packs have we opened? Not a single mythic yet. 2 foil rares, so I understand, but that should not take the place of mythics, because why would that happen? We have an Ajani's Pridemate, a Palladium Mirror, and a Fireball. And our rare or mythic is a Cryptic Command. Once again, a nice thing to open. Will not complain about a Cryptic Command at all, but it's still not a mythic. That's interesting. And this art for Cryptic Command is so awesome. Look at how cool that art looks. And like, if you haven't seen it yet, you can look it up online too, but look at that face. Look at those eyes. That's so haunting. That's so cool looking. I love that. Okay. It's going to take a second to focus. Apologies. Okay, and moving on to our foil, we have a foil Grizzly Spectacle. No, all right. Foiling pattern is not bad. It accentuates the things that you want to accentuate, I guess. The blood on the wall, his accents in his helmet, and his like pouch down here. That's kind of cool. And the text is double printed. And a dragon token behind it. All right, come on, Elish Norns. Work for us here. What do we have from Elish Norn? Hopefully a mythic. And obviously, when I say that I'd like a mythic, I don't just mean any old cruddy mythic. You know, I like value in my mythics. I don't know about you guys. I like values in my foil rares as well, but still. We've been getting value in rares too. I can't complain about that. We have a Skywise Teachings, an Abzan Falconer, and a Bladewing Arisen. And our rare or mythic is a Bloodghast. Okay, I love the art. I think that's great. I don't know that it's money. And again, we'll find out when we get to some mythics. But behind our Bloodghast, we have a Jadi Offshoot in foil. Not bad. Nothing crazy in the foiling pattern here, but it's still cool looking. Behind Jadi Offshoot, another Dragon token. Moving on to another Elish Norn as promised. Then we get a little bit of variation after that. We had 3 Elish Norns in a row. With this being the last Elish Norn pack, I'm not even going to say it. You guys know what I want. I think you guys want one too. If you're watching, if you're rooting for me, which I would appreciate, right? Why not? Wing Shards to start, Haunting Hymn, and a Chronicler of Heroes. And our rare or mythic is... Whoops, that's a Doorkeeper. There's a mythic. It's Necropotence. It's definitely not high up there in mythic pricing, but it's something. Something. It's Necropotence. I've opened it before in premium sets on this channel. You can go back and watch. I'm pretty sure Eternal Masters gave me a Necropotence a while back. But here's a Necropotence. It's a mythic. I asked for it. I got it. Behind it, you guys saw it. A foil Doorkeeper. I actually like Doorkeeper. I think he's adorable. I like that the bell is in foil. His eye is in foil. Affectionately called Mike Wazowski by many. I don't necessarily hate or love that name, but it's a Doorkeeper, and I like Doorkeeper. So I now have a Doorkeeper in foil, which is sweet. I'm pretty sure I had others from, what, Return to Ravnica or Gatecrash, where he was from? And a Spirit token behind that. We have Hero's Bane coming up next. Hero's Bane has for us more stuff. So we got our first mythic. I asked for it. I got it. It was Necropotence. That's somewhat iconic. I can't complain about that. There are a lot of things to complain about by calling something iconic and having some cards that are not in here that deserve to be and vice versa. But Surreal Memoir to start, Chronicler of Heroes again, and a Carven Caryatid. And our rare or mythic in this pack is a Restoration Angel. Different art on Restoration Angel. I think I prefer the original, but this is the promo Restoration Angel art, or the, I guess it might have been from like a, from the Vault Angels or something like that. But here's a Restoration Angel, great card, and the art is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I personally prefer the original. Behind Restoration Angel, our foil is a Murak Nightblade, a foil uncommon, which looks pretty nice. The background is cool. The accents on the outfit and the weapon are nice. I like that. And a bird token. Okay, Fireman Angel. We move on to one of these. We'll have another one. We're getting into some variation in pack arts. I can't say that, you know, we're just going to have a million of a particular one, possibly at all for the rest of the box, but we'll see. We start with an Azorius Charm, very nice, an Assault Formation, and a Palladium Mirror. And our rare or mythic is a Serra Ascendant. Also a nice card, value-wise. It's, in terms of rares, it's up there in comparison to a lot of the other ones that we've opened, so that's cool. There's the Serra Ascendant. Behind that, our foil is an Evolving Wilds. This Evolving Wilds art, I feel like out of all of them that I can remember off the top of my head, is probably the best looking in foil because of the lava that's flowing through it, plus the air in the background and the mountain, the mist on the mountain over here. So that looks really, really cool. Behind Evolving Wilds, a Dragon token. Like I said, we have another Fireman Angel, but it's not a million of them, it's just 2 in a row. Okay. Apologies for clearing my voice. Just want to make sure that, you know, my voice isn't crackling like crazy, especially, shameless plug, after that awful draft that we posted on Saturday. I apologize for that. We couldn't really fix it, but we wanted to get that draft out to you guys, so it is up there. We have a Burrington Forge Tender, a Thran Dynamo, very nice, and a Hero's Bane. We've been talking about this guy. And our rare or mythic is a Horizon Canopy. Very nice. Yeah, talked about Vindication. I'm getting value in rares, that's for damn sure, but still only one mythic out of the whole box. But still, Horizon Canopy is really nice. Really, really nice to open a Horizon Canopy. No complaints. Behind Horizon Canopy, our foil is a Mnemonic Wall. That looks really sweet in foil. Really, really sweet. So this pack in general was nice. Horizon Canopy plus a good-looking foil. And our token is a Jin Monk token, which is also cool. Speaking of Hero's Bane, we opened that in, what, this pack? Yep. Now we have a pack with a Hero's Bane art on it. Let's see. So yeah, good stuff in foil. Not good stuff. Well, I mean, Necropotence isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but so far, just one mythic, which is upsetting. We need more. Surreal Memoir, Selesnya Sanctuary, and a Blizzard Spectre. And our rare or mythic is... whoops. A Simic Sky Swallower. I mean, it's a good card if you open it in Limited and want to play with it. But in terms of value, not really. This card's been reprinted like a million times, I feel like. So, but it's an interesting card. Behind Simic Sky Swallower, our foil is a foil common in Bewilder. Nice. The background looks cool. His belt looks cool. It's nice. I feel bad about being like, oh, it's nice art, because this guy's life is like being ruined. And a Spirit Token. All right, we're down to our final 3 packs, and we've only opened one mythic. Can we talk about that? All right, we have an Elish Norn pack. So out of these 2 packs, if we want to stay standard with, 3 mythics per box, we need 2 out of these 3 packs to have a mythic in it. I guess there could be a foil mythic, then I wouldn't complain, but a foil mythic and 2 foil rares seems very unlikely. I'm not going to rule it out, but still, it's surprising to me. We have an Abzan Battle Priest, a Stagger Shock, and a Topan Freeblade. And our rare or mythic is a Genesis Wave. Another nice card to open, very iconic, still just a rare. Our foil is a Mahamoti Jin. See, I was paying attention when its name came up this time. I wasn't last time and stumbled on it. The foiling pattern looks sweet because that color is real nice. Behind that, we have a bird token. 2 more packs left, guys. Only 1 mythic opened so far. Very interesting. Is it going to really save us waiting until the end, or are we just going to not get as many mythics? We've still, once again, we've gotten value in foil, or in rares, I mean. So, can't complain about value necessarily, but at the same time, mythics are mythic for a reason, right? Well, most of them. Wing Shards to start. Dimir Aqueduct and a Blizzard Spectre. And our rare or mythic is a Channel. There you go. There's a mythic. There's something very iconic. We've already opened a Fireball here. Most of you probably have heard of Channel Fireball as a combo, although you may not know that that's why you've heard of it. But yeah, here's Channel. Gorgeous Channel art. Look at how awesome that looks. And it's a mythic. So we got 2 mythics so far. Our foil behind Channel is a Benevolent Ancestor, a common foil, which looks somewhat cool. The I guess, Ancestor spirit thing in the background looks nice in foil. I like that. And a Spirit Token. All the spirits. And our final pack has an Elish Norn on the front. What does it have inside? Are we going to be missing out on the typical 3 mythics per box because we got 2 foil rares? Or is this pack going to have a mythic for us? Interesting box so far, nonetheless. And whichever way it comes out. We start with a Mind Crank, an Azorius Charm, and a Boros Garrison. Our rare or mythic is... wow, we got the last mythic. They really made us wait for that one. A Consecrated Sphinx. I mentioned earlier with the Sphinxes that that wasn't the other Sphinx that we opened was not the one that you wanted to open. This one is. So here's a Consecrated Sphinx. Very nice, and it's our 3rd and final mythic, unless we get super lucky with this foil. The foil in this pack is a Bladewing the Risen. Interesting. It's a foil uncommon, and it looks really cool. It also feels like, I guess because it's a legendary creature, it feels like it should be a rare, but it's not. So here you go, a foil Bladewing the Risen out of a pack that had a Consecrated Sphinx in it, and a Spirit token. So, to show you guys what we got, because we, look, definitely no complaints here, right? Let's talk about what we opened today. Just in terms of cool stuff, we got in foils, because we got some foils. We got a foil Runescarred Demon. That was our first foil rare. It was in what, our first or second pack? So that was nice. Then we got a foil Genesis Hydra, also a foil rare. Very nice. Serra Ascendant, it's some money. I figured I'd talk about it. Thoughtseize, talk about iconic cards, talk about value. Cryptic Command, speaking of both of those things once again, beautiful art as well. On to the Mythics, we had Necropotence, very nice. Consecrated Sphinx, also good. And Channel, again, speaking of iconic. But out of all of the cards that I opened, I mean, similar to the last box, I think a rare was my most expensive card out of the last box, unless I'm messing up the value, which is also totally possible. I think the most expensive card that we opened today is this Horizon Canopy. And so that's the card I'm going to leave you guys looking at. I like that we opened this Horizon Canopy. I think it's really cool. I hope you guys really enjoyed this opening. I think we got vindicated from the last box opening. That'll be popping up on the screen any second now, so you can click on that to watch that video to see how bad it actually turned out, because it turned out pretty bad. You can also click the subscribe button when it pops up to subscribe to our channel and find out when all our videos come out. We have openings like this every Monday. We have storyline reviews with my fiance Amy and I every Thursday. And we have drafts that I do on Magic Online and post for all of you every Saturday. Like I said, this last draft, there were audio issues, but that has been the first time that has happened, and I do apologize for that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Joe, this is Geek for All, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.